sweet or savory for breakfast, and neither could my kids, so I decided to make a few different things. I started off by making some homemade pistachio cranberry granola. I mixed all of my ingredients together, popped it in the oven, sprinkled over some cranberries. Well, and then for my savory options, I decided to do a hash with some bacon. I peeled and grated my potatoes before squeezing out all the liquid, and I seasoned them and gave that really good mix and fried them in the bacon fat that was left over after frying my bacon off. While my hash browns were in the skillet getting crispy, I started making some waffles as my sweet component. I mixed all of my dry ingredients and then moved on to cracking some eggs, combining that with butter, vanilla, some milk, and pouring that into my dry ingredients. After that was all mixed up, I made my waffles and then moved on to a big fruit plate. When fruit is in season, it's so good to me, so I make sure to always buy things that are in season. I cut up some plums and some white peaches before plating them alongside some cherries, strawberries, blueberries, and then setting that aside while I started working on my vegetable plate, which was some heirloom tomatoes, Persian cucumbers, red onions, some salmon, and parsley. Lucky requested some scrambled eggs, so these were just for him. I made a chive and parmesan scrambled egg. I don't know whether you call this a scrambled egg or not, but this is
Oh
how
Lord.
I topped that with some more Parmesan cheese, and then it was time to plate everything up. I dreamed of having these different options today, and it's absolutely divine.
Here we go. This is Nara Smith, a famous TikToker. She's a mom, a wife. She got small kids, as y'all seen in the screen. And she does this almost every day. She gets a lot of hate and pushback from women. But we asked her, can these women be saved? We're trying to set a new standard. I want to get Raquel in here first.
I love her. You know, I can't live her life, obviously. I'm a swim mom. I only have one kid. I think her story is really great and amazing. Um, I do cook a lot. Not everything is from scratch the way hers is. I mean, she's very motivating. I love her. Yeah. So, but do I think that women appreciate her? No, I don't think they appreciate her. I see that she gets a lot of hate in her comments. Like I said earlier, a lot of people don't know the reason why she cooks from scratch. She does have health issues, and so does her husband. So that is why she does that, and that's why she's so passionate about it. And I think she has such a large following because it's authentic. Um, it's authentically her. I mean, and look, she has everything to show for it. She has the husband, the kids, the family, the followers, you know. So I mean, I'm down with it. If I would prefer to see more of her than other things that I see, you know, because at least I learn, you know, what things I can put together in the kitchen that I might not have thought about. And that's usually what happens when I watch her videos. So yeah, if they're gonna change the template to her, I'm all for it. Like I would, that is, if I had a daughter, that, you know, she would be who I would be like, oh, let's look at what she's doing today. Let's see if we can make something, you know, from her channel.
There you go. I think yeah, my wife ended up showing me that Nora chick because my wife
Mhm.
like making stuff from scratch. And here's my thing: somebody said in the chat, my man Ty Pro, that masculine women can't stand feminine women. Like so, it's women. It's a group of women that will see a sister like that and say, "Oh, she doing too much. Oh,
Mhm.
that's fake. That ain't real. She just put it on for the camera." And that's not true.
Ain't that
Some
what lesbian relationships are? Is a masculine woman and a feminine woman? What do you mean they hate feminine women? No, they don't.
so like I was saying, she likes she likes doing that. All right, that gives her joy. That sister Nora, she's not selfish like some of these other women. Tyranny.
Well, my take on it is great. She has to do this because of health reasons. She does it because she wants to do it. She does it because it brings her joy. Now, there are all types of people on the planet. Some of us like to do half of that, and then some of us like to work. So therefore, we get the whole spectrum of women who want to work and women who want to do home scratch. There's nothing wrong with you not wanting to do from scratch food. There's nothing wrong with that. Period. Long as there's food on the table. Long as you get food on the table, it doesn't matter whether it's scratch or not. So she's great. She's on that end.
As,
She's on that
as,
end. You can't be delusional and think that you're a modern day man, that you're going to get a woman who cooks from scratch. And
Facts.
just because a woman who cooks from scratch, because you want one, doesn't mean you're going to get one, and it doesn't mean she's less of a woman if she doesn't cook from scratch. So
no,
stop saying that. So stop saying that she's less than that woman. She's not less than that woman.
wait, hold up, stop! You putting words in somebody's mouth. I don't know who it
Well,
is.
all these men are,
Wait,
oh,
wait,
she's a
you-
perfect woman. No,
you-
she's not.
please,
Right.
please, please. Nobody said that anybody was less than the angelic Nora there.
Yeah,
Nobody. We didn't.
that's the impression we're getting.
No,
We're getting
we
that
don't
impression.
care. Please stop. See your feelings. See how the feelings that you feel, they're incorrect. Nobody said like less than inadequate. All we said was there is a group of women like Nora that enjoy their purpose on this earth, being a beautiful angelic angel.
And we're
May
saying
I
that's
say something?
impractical.
I want to
Okay, go ahead.
say, like, to young ladies out there, stay at home moms look like all kinds of things. Like, I know stay at home moms that, go out for manicures. I know stay at home moms that don't go out at all and really love to stay at home and cook from scratch. And I know stay at home moms that run marathons and do all kinds of things that are different. I don't know one stay at home mom whose life looks like the other stay-at-home mom's life. So it's really all about how you make it, if you want to make it miserable, then it will be miserable. Like your home is your curation. Like I was talking to young ladies like earlier, and she's having her first baby, and you know how you're like all obsessed about the baby's room, and you're like, I gotta have this bumper for the crib, and it needs to be this color on the wall. That is what your life is like as a wife. You curate your husband and your children's life like you do that baby's nursery. So it's how you fucking make it. If you want to make it a pigsty, it's going to be a pigsty. If you want to make it a luxury, it's going to be a luxury. So all this, it's like everybody's painting everybody with the same brush. The women are saying, well, we can't all be like her. We can't be perfect like her. And the men are saying, we can't all make 300K, So it's like, that's why I work with scientists, and we have to be really specific on what the problem is in order to find a cure or a vaccine or to give you any kind of protocols in the hospital. It has to be drilled down to a science. And every single day, these shows are showing us our problems out loud. It's like verbal throw up every single day, more of the same drama. Fighting over it and fighting over, she's perfect, she's not perfect. We just need to get to one agreement on what is morally right. It's about what's morally right. Yes, men need to be at home with their children, taking care of them. But women also don't need to be out here trapping men for money babies. Like, we can't say that it doesn't happen. We can't say that there aren't deadbeat fathers, and we can't say that there aren't gold digging bitches out there. Like, we can't not say that. And we can't say that all of these women that are going on these dating shows are not dump trucks. We can't say that either, because we see it every day. Like, it's like, let's stop the delusion.
I,
Like,
I,
men get sick of that. Men
I
get
know
sick
you.
of it.
I know you say like you give young girls advice on being, a stay-at-home wife, and it's great. It can be, but I just don't suggest anybody put all their eggs in one basket. And I don't mean cheat. I mean, don't give a man your all. I'm sorry. I've grew up, I've seen when a woman gives away all of her to
Speaking from hurt, tyranny. That's
intertwine with, hold on. I'm
you
sorry.
telling them move in scarcity. You just
I'm saying, keep some backbone for yourself. That's what I'm saying. Do not put all of your heart, feelings, and emotions into a human being, because if something happens, you'll be able to move.
I got
You
a
know,
As a
question.
smart
I got a
young
question.
woman who decides to be a mother and a wife, to
Mhm.
any young lady out there hearing me that is contemplating being a wife first and then a mother later, okay? You move in certain strategy and steps, and those steps will prepare you for anything down the road that is nefarious and hurtful to you. You follow the right strategy and the right steps, and when things are happening in your life that go wrong, you will be prepared to handle them maturely.
Wait,
Right.
Period.
I get what you're saying.
Period.
But
wait,
Period.
look,
You don't
wait.
have
Raquel,
I
to
got a
live in
statement.
fear of
I
something
got a
going
statement
wrong
here.
because
hold on,
life
Raquel,
always
calm down.
something goes wrong.
Calm
Wait a
down.
minute.
This is just a conversation,
Calm
right?
Wait a
Calm
down.
minute. Wait
down.
a minute.
Hold
Wait a
on.
minute.
I
I
want
got
to
a
Why
thank
statement.
you.
are you
Thank you.
so
You're my
why
sister.
are you so like bothered by me? What is
You
your
said
biggest why
you
does
said
every time I
mhm.
have to say something, you have to be the person right on my ass behind me with some like
Do you
what
want me
is
to
it
listen?
about me that bothers you so much?
Nothing about you bothers me, because I don't look at you and see anything to envy. But it's what you said. I heard what you said the previous
Projecting.
live when I got off. He was asking about my children, my partner. Then just now, you sounded like a colorist. I mean, saying that
I
every
did.
woman is
I did.
saying
I
that
sounded
every
like
hold on,
one.
Raquel,
I sounded
calm
like
down.
one because I said
Let me
dump truck,
can I
or
finish?
was it what you said
you
that
reach
sounded
it, tyranny.
colorist?
No,
Tyranny,
I
know
want
you
to
reach
finish.
it.
I mean,
You know,
that's what you
ain't
can do.
no
Have a
how is
conversation
dump
where you
truck
let me
a
finish.
color? A dump truck is yellow.
Wow.
Because I
Wow.
understand that you guys, when y'all see the lighter color on women, you think of her more of an
Incorrect.
angel. But when the
Incorrect.
darker woman she is, oh
Wow.
my gosh, she's
Incorrect.
disgusting. She's a dump truck. Those
That's
women are nasty.
incorrect.
I didn't see no nasty dump
I
truck women
seen
when I
light
see that
skinned
show.
women on there that were fat too. I seen light skinned women that were
Why
on there fat
How
are
too.
you
did you
To
get
judging
be a
women
color?
for
dump
their
How,
truck, to
looks?
be
how
a
did
light
you get color
skinned
from a
woman,
dump
a
truck?
dark skinned woman,
Why
an
you
Indian woman.
How did you get? How did we get color from a dump truck? I know Tonka. Tonka is the most
I
like
grew up
no
with
dump truck out
racist
there, and it's
I grew up with
yellow.
racist
So there
women.
we go.
I know
So are
how
we
I
not?
know
Are we talking about?
Wow.
Two things. Men always preach that they can't give their all to a man. You can't give their all to a woman? Why are you accepting the fact that women got to give their all to you? That makes no sense. If I'm gonna give 100% of myself, you should be giving 100% of yourself. One,
Amen.
two. I think the offensive part, Raquel, is the fact that you're using the same language as men to shame the black women, and that's offensive. I'm saying
Well,
that I think that's what it is.
I didn't say black women. I never said that.
I've never
I
seen
said
a white
dump
woman
truck.
on that pop the balloon. I've never
Okay,
seen a
well,
white
I
woman
see
on top
a
the balloon.
lot of Latina women on there,
oh,
Oh,
okay,
I
that's
haven't
or
seen.
women that are of mixed race like I am.
No,
right.
I'm just saying that
Okay,
that's what
okay,
is making the trigger. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
okay. Well, I
Interesting.
said nothing about black women. I have black women in my family. I consider myself a black woman.
No,
Sure.
no, I'm not
Okay,
saying anything about the color.
sure,
I'm saying that language is the same language the men
girl.
use to
I
offend the women.
Hold
That's all
on,
I
I'm saying.
pause
respect your
here.
opinion,
That's what I'm saying.
HQ.
Pause here.
I never specified what a dump truck, whether it was a
Right.
black one or a white one. But I see hot messes up there to me in all colors of brown. So that's
Right.
what I'm talking about. I also happen to be a shade of brown. Although some of y'all up here are offended and triggered by it.
No, you disrespected me last
No, I'm
time,
not
and I don't understand
disrespecting
why
you.
you
You
think I have
disrespect
any type
yourself
of.
and your people every day you get up here
I
and
love at least I love my people.
right.
You try to stay away from them.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Oh,
I'm
here we
sure.
go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, ladies, relax. Everybody relax. Lady J, Nora got me started making bread from scratch.
Amen. Man,
It's
I
all
love
good,
that.
Nora. So we're gonna go back over. Like I said, she's getting a lot of hate. Check this out.
Haters.
I just watched a video of a content creator explaining that Nara Smith, what we see of Nara Smith, it's not a real person. It's a fictional image and it's a brand. Let's talk about that. And the video breaks down the way that Nara Smith has created a brand around this stereotypical idea of being a trad wife, when actually in real life she isn't even a trad wife. She has a team of people who are supporting her to look the way she does, to dress the way she does, and who are supporting her with her children. The complete opposite of a trad wife who is doing everything pretty much herself. Not to mention that Nara Smith is also an employed person. She's working. She's not a stay-at-home mom. She works. She is a successful model who works. Just to add that in. And it just made me think that this is so dangerous because there are people who are buying into Nara Smith's image, fictional image, and trying to create that in their own lives when it's not even real in Nara Smith's life. And sadly, brands like Nara Smith, because she's a brand, brands like Nara Smith are simply going to make it harder for women. Women are already conditioned for perfection. So we are.
I'm gonna stop her. Here's my thing.
Mm.
They keep is this woman is on camera making stuff from scratch. No, I mean,
No, she
what?
not.
There's nothing fake about that.
No,
I
she
don't
not.
get it.
No, she not.
What do you mean? No, she's not.
She ain't on camera making no real stuff. If that is true, if any part of what that young lady says is true, I would tend to believe the young lady talking, because that's a perfect picture that is very hard to. I thought when I saw her putting those ingredients on the table, there's no way she does that every day. There's no way she does that every day.
Stop. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. Y'all got to stop that.
And she
So
just said she was a model and all that too. So she a
so
modern day woman, just like everybody else. If that woman is a model, she's a modern day woman, just like every other person. She got to
stop.
run the photo
Yes,
shoot. She
she
got to
could be a
dress a certain
stop.
way.
Stop. We're over traditional men and traditional women. We've already come to an agreement here. There
Right.
are no more traditional men and women. All
Right.
we have today are modern men and women, and at best we can get traditional values out of either one. So somebody like Nora, okay, they are modern women with traditional values, and it shows.
Which
It,
cooking?
yes, especially cooking.
Is that just a
Traditional? That's just
traditional
being an
value?
adult.
Here we
That's
go.
just
I
being an
want
adult.
to make a point
Right.
real quick. I want to
I
make
gotta
a point.
eat.
I want to make a point. It's the small things. Listen here. Been married for 12 years, stuff like that. Cooking, especially from scratch, that means something to a productive, resourceful man. Yeah, it may not mean nothing to Nug or a ninja that can only come hump on you and give you hard D and hard time. But for a resourceful man, being in that kitchen, being feminine, doing your job, that gets it done. That's building together. That's something you highness could never understand.
Here we go. I want to let this play real quick before we say anything else. Tyranny say just cook and hit the like button.
Shout out to Nora.
Asked my toddlers what they wanted for lunch today. They both said pizza, which took me by surprise since they don't usually like it. But nevertheless, I got started on making them some. I combined some flour, water, yeast, and some salt before mixing that together and letting that rise for about 2 hours. While that was rising, I got started on making some mozzarella cheese. I warmed up some milk, combined that with citric acid and rennet before slicing it and returning it back to the stove. And once it hit the temperature I needed it to, I strained it, stretched it, and formed it into my mozzarella balls. Placed those into cold water while I made the rest of my ingredients for my pizza. They requested plain cheese pizza, so I got started on making the tomato sauce. Kept it really simple with that. I also made some hot honey since they like a drizzle of that on their pizza by combining some honey with chili and letting that simmer on the stove for about 30 to 40 minutes, then transferred it over to a squeeze bottle. And at this point, my dough had doubled in size, so I floured my work surface and transferred it over. I cut it in 4 parts and rolled each of them into a little ball before stretching it out into a pizza shape. Sliced up my mozzarella, and then it was time to top my pizza. Started with the sauce and layered my mozzarella cheese on top of that before popping it in the oven for about 6 to 8 minutes. And once it was golden brown, I pulled it out and drizzled it with some of that hot honey before slicing it up. We were so excited to eat that.
Man, y'all see that pizza?
Yo, did you hear her?
All that. That's called femininity.
Her voice
Listen.
Now
was
I can't. Now I can't even. Now I can't even get
Well,
with it. Now I can't even get with it.
Delicious.
Now I can't even get with it.
Delicious.
Tierney said boring. Again, Tierney said boring. Tierney said her voice is so boring. Incorrect. That's called peaceful,
Now,
Tierney.
see, now I was on her side. I was on her side when I thought this is authentic, but now I don't think it's authentic. So therefore, you're presenting a picture. You're presenting a perfect picture that nobody can live up to that perfect.
See,
picture.
there we go.
Oh,
So here we go. Let me say this. Let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. Tierney say this woman is boring. We know they like excitement. Yeah, that voice is so pleasant. That's feminine. That's femininity.
Y'all remember that
There
movie,
it go.
Stepford
There it
Wives?
go. So here we go.
Stepford
This
Wives.
woman
They
up
try-
here, this woman up here cooking from scratch. They
Mhm.
talking about, well, she got a team. She got maids. That woman, they are rich. Her husband is successful.
So are we saying
Hold
that?
on. Hold on. They
Mhm.
are enjoying the fruits of their labor. If they can hire somebody to watch their kids, that's unfortunate. Y'all can't. They are doing, that woman is on camera cooking from scratch. They making it as if she can't cook at all. What are we talking about?
She ain't cooking from scratch. You just seeing shots from one thing to the other. She's not cooking from scratch.
And like I said,
And what do you mean going from one thing to another? It's called a TikTok. You want to see, like, what are we talking about?
Which can be edited, copied, deleted. Like I said, Stepford Wives. Go watch that. They want us women. They want us
There
women.
are some women who do that. There
Clean.
are some women who do that.
Yeah, sure,
There
you
are
can
some
do
women
it.
who cook from scratch, but their husband makes enough money where they can sit at home and do that. And that's great. But you cannot, every woman can cook from scratch. Most people can't cook from scratch. There's nothing wrong with you taking regular ingredients.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
She's gonna say everybody can cook from scratch. Just stop.
Nobody can cook. Not every person can cook from scratch. And there's no reason to. That's why we have inventions. There were inventions made where you don't have to cook from scratch.
It's called DoorDash and Hot Pockets.
No, there's regular grocery store stuff that you don't have to cook from scratch. You know what? Make bread from scratch.
Y'all are making it easy. That's why men say they don't need y'all, because just all the stuff y'all can do, they can do for themselves. I can order my own DoorDash. I can put my own Hot Pocket in the microwave. I don't need you.
Well, y'all sit over there with a hot.
Only time I need you is after midnight. That's the only time I need you.
Then you just sit over there with a hard piece of wood. Then that's how you do that.
You see until midnight when I call your line and you come over, and then
ain't no man asking for no woman to cook food from scratch when he know his woman. He know his woman don't know how to cook from scratch. You ain't asking no modern woman to cook from scratch. You asking her to cook, but you ain't asking her to come from scratch.
But if you are asking her to cook from scratch, you gotta be on that level. Don't ask for no high value woman and you're not a high value man. Right? That is a high value woman. If I know how to make bread and stuff like that from scratch.
I agree with you, Tierney, but we're not speaking for Nug. We never do.
No, we have very little. We have very little high value men.
Men like yourselves are no disrespect because you're great, but average. And I mean, I'm just saying,
that's fine. But we listen. That's fine. But we have wives, and we get treated just like what you see on the screen. Is what we're saying.
Okay, y'all make good money. Okay, y'all make good money. Let's say y'all make good money. Y'all wives can do that. But the majority of our men that we're out here loving on, regardless of his brokenness, they don't have that resources.
What do you mean? Wait. But we are average, and I agree with that.
Then
Now,
you're
how
not
you gonna
average because average men don't get no.
so not even half the men, not even half your melanated men out here are average.
No, you're not there. Yeah, maybe 2%. There's only 2% that are high value. The rest of y'all average.
That's crazy. So what do
Only
y'all ladies?
2% of y'all may be high value. The rest of y'all average.
Okay. So what are you melanated ladies gonna do if all y'all melanated men ain't worth a dang? What y'all gonna do? What's y'all plan?
I didn't say they weren't worth a damn. I didn't say that. I said more. 98% of y'all are average, regular, everyday Joe Blow.
98.
Okay. Oh, 98. No, I don't. I think it should be more like, like in high school, how there was like top 10%, and then there was like the valedictorian and a salute, the other person. I think like there's not so many people that are going to be able to be the valedictorian, right?
I'm talking in terms of high value. When you look at high value men, there's only 1 or 2% that are high value. So I'm saying the rest of y'all that ain't high value.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not. You just throwing numbers around. Be honest.
Wait, you would tell me that the high value men are more. There's more than 2% of high value men.
Right, closer to 10 to 15.
No.
You're talking about black men or men in general?
Don't make over 100,000. Don't make millions of dollars.
No, 8%. What? 8% of black men make 8 to 9%.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Because old boy we just got a super chat. We just got a super chat from a guy who said that men don't make that kind of money.
No, developers and programming don't make that kind of money. They don't make $350K.
We said 6 figures is 100,000, Heathen Queen.
No, that's not a high value man because many men make 100,000.
No, they don't. When I'm saying that's where you completely are. If I'm telling you that 92% of black men do not make 100K, you're gonna say plenty of men make it, but 92% of them don't.
I say 98% don't.
You guys are agreeing.
Regardless, so why would you say? Granted, I will grant you that.
I'm saying that, and I'm saying the rest that 98% is average.
98%. You sound even crazier. That means you said most men make 100K, then you say 98% of men don't.
But that's not high value. You keep saying 100.
No, I didn't say high value.
100,000 ain't high value.
No, you said it's easy to make 100K. Most men. You said most men make 100K.
I said most men can make 100K, but they don't mean they're high value. They're not high value. 100K is not high value. What do you mean? That's a normal.
There's a lot of stuff that go along with it. Obviously, there's a barrier to entry. So it starts there. Then there's a list of other things. Just like for a woman, if you want to be with that guy, you got to first not be fat. And then there's a list of other things.
Yeah,
you can't have no kids. You can't be aggressive and all that stuff.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say that. Like, yeah, I don't cook every meal like that. And Heathen Queen, yes, I do think that some of it is curated. Like, she's definitely put some thought behind getting everything in order so the video is pretty. So she is, in fact, making a brand for herself through this. So to a degree, it is fake, yes. But I do think there's a lot of authenticity in the message she's trying to push out there.
Right.
But just to say that, like, if you want to separate, like, if you want the man in the 8 or 17% that is making, or whatever you would consider high value, I think that these would be the type of things that you would do in your competition in securing that man to be your husband, if that is your goal.
So
right?
So we have to first accept the premise that high value men don't want women to work outside the home. We have to accept that we have to accept that. But you don't see that normally in everyday life. Normally they both have high powered things that they're doing. She's doing other things on her side. She's not just a straight stay at home.
No, she's not. She's a model. She does other stuff. Yeah, definitely. Right. Yeah, right. She's not just stay at home. And again,
that's why I said a small percentage of women that will be at home, able to make stuff from scratch, not getting stuff from the store. It's a small percentage that does that. Okay, and that's I admire those women because I know I can't do it.
Appreciate you, Bernard. Says, are we all aware that Nara Smith stole her entire persona and recipes from a South African woman? That's fine. That's fine. That could all be true. But people, the persona The character that is Nora doesn't have to be fictional. That's all.
Here we go. I'm glad you said that. So we'll get right back to these super chats. I want to bring this video up.
At this point, Nara Smith is playing it on Nezwa's face. To everybody that was saying she was not copying her, please explain this. Right after the allegations and right after her saying that she was not copying her and right after saying she was going to sue her, explain this video.
Hi, I'm Honest, and I make meals using just a cut of steak of orange with some cornstarch, baking soda, soy sauce, and again. There's nothing better to me than pad see ew, mango sticky rice.
Like, try and make it different, huh?
Well, I started by making my rice noodles for my pad see ew. I can cut it however wide you want them. I like my rice noodles quite wide, so that's what I did, and then I repeated that process with all of my batter until I had all of my rice noodles done. Set those aside and got started on my pad fish sauce, oyster sauce, vinegar, fried off my pies, with my broccoli.
Maybe in the past you'd argue there were some differences, but that video was copy paste. Yes, there's a lot of cooking pages on TikTok.
So I'm gonna stop it. Long story short, they getting on Nora saying she stole this woman's recipe. Listen, y'all gotta understand, this is TikTok. Oh, this whole niche is new, so everybody's stealing from one another. And that woman didn't even come on camera. Like, we got, I don't know. I don't listen. If somebody takes something you threw and do it better, we'd have had this discussion before.
We have at least once or twice. Here's my thing. So Nora may very well be copying another woman. So now what does that mean? There ain't just, so it's not fake. So what they're saying is, oh, that's fake. She has a team. That's not real. So there's a whole nother whatever African sister with a team and she fake too. So everybody just fake putting on these, like, see what I mean? Like, what's the point of saying she's copying another woman? Does that nullify what she's doing?
It's the discreditor, I guess. I don't know.
And that's how. I bet you her husband don't feel like she discredited. Like that, I'm serious. If my wife is like, hey,
now we sat here, Mr. Walker, I cut you off. But if we sat here and said Nora stole that woman and had her in her kitchen cooking as a slave, and and acting like she was cooking, but it was her, that's a different story.
Now we talking. The woman that Nora may have stole her recipe or her whole thing off of, I highly doubt she's too insulted. Nora's husband don't care. Like, who's losing and what does it matter? For what I heard up here, shout out to our crazy sisters, Tyranny and Heathen Queen, but they trying to discredit like this is not possible. They say a sister like Nora putting on a facade and it's not possible. And I'm telling you, that's not true. Today's modern woman don't want to accept that not all women that want to be wives can be wives.
And like we were saying, like I was telling Heathen Queen, I understand that it's not all women. It's a small percentage. The title of tonight's show, can these modern hyenas be saved? We are offering solutions. We understand that it's a small percentage. Y'all can take it or leave it. Do y'all want the results or not?
There you go. That part right there. Regardless of how big of a group it is, do you wish to be a part of that group? Do you wish to experience the ups and downs of the existence of a Nora living in a big, nice, fancy kitchen, making fancy dishes?